What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. All right, so I just got off the What a Warrior podcast with my boy ISO Motion Gaming. Go check us out. It was awesome time. This video is gonna be fairly quickly, just because I'm actually kind of tired. I don't even know if I'm gonna stream tonight on Twitch. So for all of you that follow me on Twitch, I don't know if I'm gonna stream tonight. I might. Maybe I'll stream for like 20 minutes. We'll see what's up. Anyways, before I hopped on the podcast, as I was driving back home from work, I listened to the interview that Phil Spencer had. Phil Spencer had an interview on Xbox On, I think is the channel. Go check it out. As I'm listening to this interview, there's a few things that I picked up from, things that were clear to me, and then things that don't fully make sense that I hope you can help me out with. Okay, so the number one thing that I picked up that I think was really important is that in the video, in the interview, he alluded to the fact that they're still going to continue making consoles, which for anyone that's a console gamer, that's really good, right? That's really good. So we have no reason to believe that this is the last Xbox, if we believe in what Phil is saying, or possibly the next Xbox is going to be the last Xbox. Like he says that he believes in something to the effect that consoles will continue to be a thing. It's another place for gamers to play, right? He also made it very clear. He says he wants to bring games to as many screens as possible, hence cloud gaming. So they're already doing that, right? But he wants to bring as many games to as many screens as possible. And that was key to me, as many games to as many screens as possible. And he specifically mentioned Call of Duty, right? He wants many gamers to be able to experience Call of Duty. He also mentioned how they don't have any footprint in the mobile market, and that's why this deal makes a lot of sense, right? And a lot of you way smarter than me have been saying this long before, that this is not even about Call of Duty, that this is not even about Blizzard and this is about mobile gaming, right? The mobile gaming market. So yeah, Phil Spencer went ahead and admitted it. So there's no question about it. So the biggest thing that they lose from this is the ability to tap into that mobile market. Okay. Then he mentioned about how he's going to have full parity of Call of Duty on all the consoles, right? With PlayStation, like everything. Like there's not going to be a different skin. There's not nothing. Everything is going to be exactly the same. And when you think about the what I just spoke about, how their biggest focus is the mobile gaming aspect of this deal, then that makes sense. Why would they care if you have the same skin on PlayStation or whatever? And he even brought up how Hogwarts Legacy is doesn't have the same parity on PS5 and Xbox, and he said they're not playing that game. So all of that stuff makes sense. I wasn't confused by any of it, but this is the part that confuses me. The theme of this interview was gamers and creators, getting as many gamers to play the creators' games and getting the creators the ability to have an audience of many gamers. He even spoke about how Game Pass allows many of us to play games that we would never try. And he even spoke about how the price barrier is what makes that difference, right? Like you're willing to try something if the price is different, he said. He meant to say if you don't got to pay for it, right? Or if the price is cheaper. He knows exactly what he meant to say. He just couldn't say that. Okay. So all that makes sense. But then the interviewer threw something at Phil that I thought was actually really good. She mentioned Starfield. If you want all gamers, or the majority of gamers, to experience a game, why is Starfield going to be exclusive then? Now, he also mentioned that when they took over Bethesda, they didn't take away anything from the other platforms or whatever. So, like, whatever Sony already had that was playing on there was already on there, right? They didn't take anything away. They didn't stop those communities. They didn't stop updating for that. Okay, perfect. But Starfield is going to be exclusive. And he said exclusivity is a game that all all the gaming companies play. But then in the video, he made it clear as to points that they're not going to play, things that they're not going to do that other gaming companies do. So it confused me a lot. So Phil, is Starfield going to be exclusive? And if it is going to be exclusive, then what are you determining? What's your determining factor for when a game is exclusive, when it's not? And then he also acknowledged how exclusivity to Xbox period is kind of iffy because they already have their games coming to PC, which is very true. Listen, it's going to get very interesting. I know they don't want to make it seem that way, but it actually is a situation where games can't be played on the PS5. And if Microsoft makes games that everybody wants to play, but you can't play on the PS5, you could essentially turn the PS5 into what Nintendo is, which is a console and a gaming company that survives off of their first party titles. That may sound good and dandy. Nintendo proved that it could do it. It's doing it right now. But I question, could Sony do that? Could Sony do that? Very interesting. Because if Starfield is going to be exclusive, I doubt this is going to be the only exclusive title. And again, I'm not even going to call it exclusive. Starfield is going to be one of those titles that can't be played on the PS5. Uh, it's not going to be the only one. But they're already doing it. There's already games that can't be played everywhere. You can't play Forza Horizon 5 on the PS5. Is Phil lying? Maybe Call of Duty is the only game that he's okay putting it in front of everybody. Like I said, man, with both Phil and Jim, you got to take everything they say with a grain of salt because you never know. But it's confused me a little bit. If you saw the interview, let me know what you picked up from it. Because for me, it's kind of like, do I believe what Phil said? That's what I need the title of this video. Dog 1985, there's levels to this. We out. Peace.